What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Gingervitis coming at you with another action figure review. This time we're doing Mattel's WWE Elite Series Legends 27, Terry Funk. Looking at the box, we come around the backside, we see the rest of the wave. We got Undertaker, we got Great Muta, we got Billy Gunn. And Terry Funk actually has a chase, which I'm going to put a picture of right now. Here we got Terry in all the red. I really do like this one. I like the white pants with the black trunks, black chaps. Looks pretty awesome. Gotta get it. And that was Terry Funk chase, all in the red there. We got a little reader on the back of the box. Titles include the WCW World Championship. In 1989, the man from Double Cross Ranch double-crossed Ric Flair after the Nature Boy doubted Funk's readiness for a title shot. The Funker finally got his opportunity at that year's American Bash and put on a barn burner that's considered one of the greatest matches in the illustrious careers of both legends. He's got the brand. Rest of the wave down there. On the side, we got the same picture. And then we got the figure on the front here. All in blue with the brand. Looking pretty cool. We got the soft goods chaps as well as a soft goods shirt. And I believe the hat is removable. Couple swappable hands. Let's open this bad boy up. And just so you know, I love Terry Funk. So I'm very excited for this review. First time I watched a wrestling match was Terry Funk, and it was during his very short stint of AWA. So, all right, we got Terry the Funker Funk out of the box, and I gotta say, I already love this figure. The soft goods are awesome. Got the chaps down there with a Velcro strap in the back, and then it just kind of comes off, and you got these little stretchy straps back of the knee. Not so, well, yeah, it's pretty stretchy. Of course, you got the knee pads on underneath there. You got this soft goods pullover shirt. And of course, you got the hat. And now I think it goes, I don't know, that looks pretty good actually. So, and of course, you got the brand, and then you have the swappable hands, which are a pair of fists. And then he's got the C grip for holding the iron. Other hands there as I dropping hands. So yeah, great looking figure. Let's strip this guy down for articulation. Just for articulation's sake. And kind of look at the paint and stuff. Should I pull that head off? There we go. So there's that little design on the front there. Made to look like actual like bead strings hanging down. Doesn't look too bad though. On the back, it's just that plain baby blue. Got some stitch on the inside. Now we take off the chaps. Got the Velcro on the back there, and it pretty much just peels off. Just got to be careful with these straps. Oh, what? Look at that. Well, the knee pads do kind of cover the pegs. I guess that's okay, but geez, come on. Should be pegless every time. So, looking at that, looks pretty good. Oh, what? What? Oh, come on now. Come on now. Jeez, Mattel, quality control. Let's get this head back on. Well, that's an easy fix, guys. If you want, I can demonstrate. I'm just gonna go grab a black paint pen, and that will clear all of this stuff super quick. So we just got some scuffage down there. the other side there, up on the top of the boot down there. And it's kind of minor over here. I don't really see too much, but yeah, on his right boot, there's some mischief going on there. So let me grab that paint pen. All right, guys. So I got a pretty nice grip of black pens and an equally nice grip of white paint pens. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm like working in sets in between filming. So black pens for the boots and white pens in case I screw it all up. And so what I got here is the big felt paint pen, Craft Smart. You can get it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And then here's the smaller version, which is probably what we're going to use. And then just for fine detailing, we got the little black Sharpie. Same thing over here. I didn't bring the big white one because I know I'm not going to use that because we're just hitting some boots, but we'll see. So there's our scuffage. Let's bust out this pen, give it a good shake, maybe a little test shot here. It's hitting. Bring this up nice and close here, and you just paint away. Now at the bottom there near the sole, you want to be careful. There we go. A little shiny, but it'll dry off and it'll look much better. So there we go. I mean, that's pretty good there. So if you're filming, don't look at the camera, kids. Look at the toy. And then here we got the back end here. Same foot. We're just gonna go across, kind of do little hatch marks there. There we have it. Let's look around for any other. Oh, yeah. There actually is some on that boot. So same thing. Just little hatch marks, you know. There we go. Looks like those boots are looking all right. They're made for walking and stomping. Kind of look up by the shorts there, looking a-okay. All right, so we're set. We'll put all that stuff aside. All right. Getting to the articulation here. Head does tilt quite a bit. Look at that. That's really nice. Looking down, not so much. He's got that big old chin. Side profile, man, that looks like him, honestly. He's an asshole, right? Looking up. Wow, even with all that hair. And it's very flexy. I like that. Very nice, very nice. Come over to the shoulders. They go up about like that. And then, of course, do the 360. We do have the spin on the shoulder as well as a bicep cut. Double jointed on the elbow. Oh boy, wow. I guess that's why his head was wobbling, huh? All right, hopefully that stays on there. Double jointed elbows, pinless. We got the tilt and twist on the wrist. We got the stomach crunch, pretty smooth there. He's doing the twist at the waist, at the hips. We got the ball joints. He does, ooh, what's going on here? Come on now. Stiffy. Does the splits about like that. Thigh cut. Now it does feel like they have drop downs. They're kind of adding them in there, but we got the thigh cut there. Because whenever I go like this and bring it back, it's like I got to pop it back up. Look at that. It kind of sticks out. Whatever. Then we get down to the pinned double jointed knees. Sorry, I'm trying to be careful with this black paint. Boot cut. Uh-oh. Careful. Oh, boy. Careful, careful. Boot cut. We're going to this one, and there's still some painting to do. Look at that. White little splotches. Sloppy. And then we got the tilt pivot on the ankle rocker down there. All right, there should be a pivot, right? Anyway, that could have gone a little smoother. But I'm going to take a brief break and gather myself and my breath and touch up these boots just a tad more. All right, so I think I got this figure all spruced up, which, you know, I shouldn't have to, but, you know, there are some questions here. Like, these legs are pretty skinny, and it almost seems like they're almost warping inward, but that's not the case, really. It's just the way it looked, but they are very skinny-ass legs. And maybe there's a little pressure because of the knee pads or something, but it does appear like it's almost like Marvel Legends, like the women figures, like Jean Grey, or like my Polaris from years ago in the all green. Like, her legs straight up just like turned into an S. It was just like, it just like melted. So it almost, like, I always look at the legs before I buy, you know. It was kind of hard to tell because knee pads and soft goods, but it's all good. It's just needed a little bit of reworking, a little retooling, repainting on the boots there, but everything looks to be dandy. So we can get this review back on track. It's a nice figure. I really do like it. The head sculpt is pretty awesome. It kind of looks like Tom Noonan, if you know who the actor is from the front, but the side, it looks more like Terry, I would say. But it's good enough. You know, the hair looks great. I like how it's very flexy, so he can look back, but although his head does pop off, I thought we were getting back on track here. But I do like the gear, and everything is cool. Soft goods. You got the iron here, which I think he always comes with. Nice hat. So I like this figure a lot. I'll give him a 7.5. It sucks that I had to do some tweaking with the paint, but yeah, he's going at a 7.5. Let's write it down so I don't forget. We'll kind of look more at this stuff. Check out the hat, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about the dear late Terry Funk. And really, my first experience with professional wrestling was him, and I can't remember who he was wrestling, but I had just moved from Minnesota, from Illinois, and threw on the TV, and it was AWA. It was the local wrestling channel run by Vern and Greg Gagne, father and son, and, you know, they... You know, guys like Hulk Hogan and Bobby the Brain Heenan, Nick Bockwinkel, all the way to like Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, as well as Scott Hall, all came from AWA. Terry Funk has been wrestling since 1965. He's the son of Dory Funk, brother of Dory Funk Jr. His debut match was versus Sputnik Monroe. He wrestled in Florida from 70 to 1982, All Japan 72 to 91, WWF short stint 85-86, very short stint with AWA, and then WCW, and then finally with ECW, and he had feuds with like Junkyard Dog, Ric Flair, Cactus Jack in Japan, as well as ECW. We got Sandman, Shane Douglas, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, and his final match was against Bret Hart at Funk's WrestleFest in his hometown of Amarillo, Texas. All right, so let's do some comparisons here. I'm going to get him geared up so he's got all his clothes. I think the paint down here has dried. It looks pretty sharp. I love Terry Funk, and I would probably put him maybe on my Mount Rushmore. It's a big maybe. One day I'll have these 4 guys on there, and the next day I'll have a different 4. That's just how I am. But gonna get them geared up, and we'll do some comparisons. All right, we got the Funker all geared up. He's got his clothes back on. I didn't mention this, but I do have the chase secured. My buddy picked it up in the next state. It's only like 40 minutes away, so it's not in the best shape. The box is kind of shitty, but I'll take it anyways to open. That's how much I like Aaron Funk, and hopefully I'll find the chase somewhere down the line. But here, to contrast with comparisons, we got Chainsaw Charlie, which is such a great figure, It's Terry. He's got jeans, suspenders, which I really like. He's got the chainsaw. He's got the the pantyhose over the head, and then all that white stuff. That's not cocaine. It's not cocaine, because otherwise, if it was cocaine, you know who would be on top of that shit? Like flies on doo-doo? This motherfucker right here, JYD. Yeah, the Junkyard Dog, yeah. But yeah, that's sawdust. You got a little bit up here on the head. Looks like powdered sugar or something, like he's eating donuts, but that's not it. It's sawdust. Yeah, you sure that ain't some cocaine? Yeah. Get JYD some of that stuff. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So JYD, one of my favorites as a kid. I thought he was super cool. I grew up and still like him, but he had some problems with the chemicals. This is from the Legends line. He too came with a chase with the blue pants, which I have new in box. Love JYD. So that was one of his first feuds, and then another feud he had with the good old Ric Flair. This is the Retro Fest Ric Flair figure. I would say it's my favorite, even over the Ultimate. Hopefully we'll get a new Ultimate version of him, but I love this robe. So we got Ric Flair. And we got Cactus Jack, ECW, with the shirt on. I love this thing. I think this is a ringside exclusive. Super awesome figure. I love the t-shirt here. Of course, this is kind of messed up. I don't know why that's funky with the paint there. See that? And then you fix it. And then look at that. Then he's all knobby-kneed. And then you just pull out the boot. It's all good. And this belt, man. This belt is the shit. I just busted this figure open too. So World Hardcore ECW, which Paul Heyman gives to Terry Funk as a lifetime ECW champion. More ECW guys. We got the Sandman swilling some beer, wrapped in barbed wire with his katana. So we got a bunch of ECW guys in there. And then finally, his final match was at Funk's WrestleFest in Terry's hometown of Amarillo, Texas, and he went up against Bret Hart, who was the, I think, WWE champion at the time, and remained because he beat Terry for his final match. But that's what Terry wanted. I think Terry wanted some blood. He wanted to give the fans a good show. But that was the kind of selfless person that Terry was. Terry was one of the best at putting others over. And not like Bret needed it, but he respected Bret. So Terry was very good at putting people over. And he was very good at acting nasty and surly. So if we're going to talk about Terry with his hat, kind of a crabby old man type vibe, well, Let's bring in some non-WWE elites. We got Old Man Logan with his hat, his trench coat, and without Baby Hulky. And then we'll bring in Mr. Jonah Hex. DC Universe Classics. What a group that is, huh? So there we go, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the heck out of this review. It is a great figure. It just seems like there's been a lot, and I mean a lot of quality control issues. Like my Thanos from the Psylocke twin pack was a little messed up. Yeah, other things too, but yeah. And then we encountered a little paint smudge here, but it's all fixed up. All it takes is a black paint pen. Again, 7.5 on the Aaron Funk. I have a friend named Aaron Funk. Terry Funk. And sweet figure, man. I really like it. The soft goods, awesome. If you are a Terry Funk fan, I would definitely recommend picking this up. It's hard to find, but I actually got lucky and found that Terry Funk. I think it's the Legends Greatest Hits, and I'll throw a picture of that one up right now. And so I love that one. I don't think I'm going to pull it out of the box anytime soon. I'll never sell it, but I love that figure. That's what I saw when I first saw a wrestling match, was Terry in those striped pants and kind of the slick back hair. Yeah. Awesome figure. I really like it. Pick it up if you can. It should be easy to find. Hopefully those chases aren't too difficult to find at Target. They are Target exclusive. Legends number 27. Please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it all. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll keep it up. Peace out. Yeah, you know that guy that always talking to you? Yeah, he's an asshole. He's a shit-eating dog. That's right.